setting this one much in it.
Who's on this? Oh, yeah.
There you go. He was using it to set up the computer.
See it come up on there. He said
In that room?
oh, it came up on
Oh, wow, okay.
Tell me, hi.
Oh,
Just so
hi.
you guys know, this is live right now. So we'll wait, make sure everybody's here before we start.
That's low.
You're still a little high, huh?
Oh, that's great.
Now you're way.
Whoa, yo!
Oh, that's not better.
This is not a carnival, please get off the ride.
It's not better. It's worse.
We're down Bristol.
Ah.
No,
As
Mark-
it goes.
Oh,
Yeah, we go each year.
Must be counter.
I mean, you
Was it
know, a
warm?
rose between
Did you
two
not
thorns
sorta?
there, Amanda.
It was
Hey,
saying.
easy, easy.
What?
Oh,
At least I didn't call you a
no,
poisonous
no.
thorn, come on.
There you go. So you
Can't bring your
can't
trap.
Depends on what day you catch.
I thought you were a
I did
dandy.
start that
there
recording.
within an hour
A
after you
dandelion?
get there, it started raining.
Oh, we're not.
So we
Only
decided
that's
on it, we
live
canceled
right
that, we
now.
just moved it to Saturday.
It's not time
So we
to
had
start
two
yet.
races
Well, I figured we'd
Saturday.
start that because if that we're live anyhow.
Saturday night was a little bit cool. Sunday
I'll
was
adjust
beautiful.
that.
Is this muted
The
right
day
now?
Saturday was beautiful.
No,
so.
but I'll
Oh,
address
no,
that in a
good
minute.
day.
I wanna give
Oh, that's awesome.
probably about
Hopefully
another
it's good.
minute and a half and then I'll.
I don't see any.
What? What do you mean?
None of the paper.
Oh, Rhonda, we're missing a set. We'll get it for you, John. Sorry about that. We're actually missing somebody who wanted to speak this evening, so I wanna make sure it's taken care of.
Oh, here, you want these back, Jen, or
What?
the contract things?
They have to sign and seal,
Oh,
so they can return one when the original is signed and sealed. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully the person who requested to speak will be here. So you guys know we're live, so
Yep.
go ahead and start. I'm going to do a little preface real quick, so up there. The eye in the sky knows. Is that on?
That's on.
Okay. Good evening, Austin. My name is Jen Dean Inman. I am the Borough Council President, and welcome to tonight's meeting. This is something very new for Austin, and as you can see, we are broadcasting our council meetings live now. If you are watching from home, welcome. If you're here in the room, smile. They can see your every facial expression, movement. Please don't pick your nose or wedgies. We don't want to do that to the people. I want to cover a few things about what this is and what this is not. This broadcast is not the official record of borough proceedings. Our official minutes kept by our secretary remain the legal record. If you need to file a FOIA request, it would be through the official means of communication. What this is, however, is a tool, a way for you, our residents, our constituency, to watch meetings you cannot attend or could not attend, go back, review what was discussed, and stay engaged with what is actually happening in our borough. We are a town of under 500 people. Not everyone can make it here. And not everyone has a neighbor who's there to fill them in. And frankly, by the time information passes through enough hands, social media, lands in a newspaper, or on the rumor mill, the facts can get a little fuzzy. This gives you direct access to everyone at this table. You can watch it, you can fact check it, And you can come to the next meeting with informed questions. And that is what matters. Transparency. We are bringing Austin into the digital era. Slowly, but it is happening. A couple of housekeeping notes. Executive sessions are closed sessions permitted under the Sunshine Law, and they are for specific legal, personnel, or real estate matters, and they are not broadcast on this meeting. When we go into executive session, it will be after the meeting and all persons in the audience have exited the building. The feed will be shut down, and that is by design and by law. Lastly, to introduce everyone here at the council, you already know me, I introduced myself. I also sit as the infrastructure committee member. This is Mrs. Jen Lightley. She is our infrastructure committee chair. Mr. Matt Nichols, our infrastructure committee member. Mrs. Amanda Crumrine. Mayor Jim Setzer. Councilman Jesse Valenti. Councilman Scott Hostetler. And Councilman Tom Hurd. In the back, you can see our Borough Treasurer, Secretary, and Record Keeper, Rhonda Crosby. So thank you. Welcome to tonight's meeting. And I'd like to call this meeting to order officially at 18:02 hours. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to open this evening's meeting with a discussion about the publicized executive session that happened. It was regarding a contract. Again, as I covered in the earlier speech, that executive sessions happen for various reasons. This was to discuss a contract between the Borough of Austin and the Austin Volunteer Fire Department. In the audience, if you don't mind, we have Chairman Brandon Hostetler and Secretary Treasurer Kathy Brooks from the Austin Volunteer Fire Department. They submitted a contract. We brought it all here on the advice of our solicitor to discuss. It was unanimously passed and signed prior to the meeting and is now in the hands of Austin Volunteer Fire Department. That is what that executive session was about. Does anyone have any questions about that?
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't at the special meeting. I had
Correct.
things going on. We had a contract brought to the borough.
Mm-hmm.
And that was presented at the meeting from the fire department to the borough.
It was presented prior to the meeting with a timeline that we had to act on.
The original contract from the fire department was presented to the borough.
Yes,
And then the entire borough had a chance to go over that contract.
it was presented at the last meeting.
The original contract.
Yes,
There was
both
no back and forth.
versions. There was.
So what I'm asking is, did the fire department issue a contract to the borough?
Yes,
Was that brought to the borough
yes.
before another contract was issued back to the fire department?
As a bonded officer of the borough, we have the right to make negotiations accordingly. We felt the contract presented was not in the best interest of either parties. It was missing a lot of proper contract language, so we presented a more robust contract, which was given back to Austin Volunteer Fire Department. Also presented at this meeting, Mrs. Lightley and I met with them in a private session. They had requested the whole council. We could not do that due to Sunshine Act rules. As you know, your husband was one of the negotiators. Ergo, we sat, we negotiated, and then we held the executive session after soliciting advice from our solicitor as to which contract, if any, to sign and agree to. It was unanimous at the executive session for those present that we accepted the contract. The contract is fair enough for both sides, equitable with means to continue a relationship, and the borough's fuel is not cut off.
Gotcha. So my next follow-up question is, before things go to the solicitor, do we vote as a borough, or we just
No.
send things off to the solicitor to?
We send many things to the solicitor on a daily basis at times, depending on the nature of the contract. Some things are compartmentalized due to people on the council, and I have to be careful how I word this, personnel on the council. There are things which cannot be shared due to the fact we are a small town and there are so many integrated families.
Gotcha. So we could potentially spend, because we pay for the solicitor every time we send something to them.
We do,
Okay.
but we are billed in arrears. And the solicitor has been very generous with his time and not billed us for several items.
I think that should be a council decision. I think that the council should be
Right.
voting to spend
If
money.
you're spending money, it should be a vote for the entire council,
I mean,
not.
the issue was we weren't paying the fire department. We were behind on money. We weren't paying our bills to the fire department. So in that, we decided then to go to the solicitor and spend money there instead of just signing an agreement that they sent over. I didn't see the agreement because it wasn't brought to the council. So I didn't see the original agreement that was sent over.
Actually,
From
it
what I-
was, you were not here for it.
Right, but it wasn't initially presented to the council for the council to look at to
No.
see if we agreed to it
The
or
first and the second iteration were presented at council. And you would not have been able to vote anyway because your husband was one of the negotiators.
not. Gotcha.
It would be a direct conflict of interest as advised by the solicitor.
It's convenient. Anyhow, my only question was why it wasn't brought to the borough so the entire borough could see it before there was a back and forth with the fire department to further make friction between the fire department. That was my only question.
Why was an agreement even put in place when it had been continuing for so long and we had caught up on our bills?
Probably because we were behind.
I don't
Probably
want
because we were behind.
speculation, Councilwoman.
Probably because we were behind. But that's-
Speculation and conjecture is for
Well,
a
it's-
courtroom, not
It's
for a
not
council
speculation,
session.
it's facts.
yeah,
We
from
were
what-
The bills
behind.
weren't
what I
being
understand-
paid,
yeah.
so. And it would have been one thing if it would have even been addressed to the, and I'm speaking totally bipartisan here, but if you're not gonna pay a bill, you should at least reach out and express that concern in a letter or whatever to that entity of that things are behind, but
Are you
none of that was
speaking
ever
as
done.
President Hostetler
No,
or
I'm speaking as-
Councilman Hostetler?
I'm speaking as councilman. I
Okay.
just feel that is,
Listen,
and I don't think that we should be spending money without it being a council vote is where I'm at. I just,
Right,
that's how it's supposed to be.
I personally think the president deserves a little bit of latitude in making some of those decisions. As far as the special meeting discussion, I think what you're bringing up is a good point. Okay, the only thing I would say is there were times relevant to the paying the bill for the gas and diesel that we used in conjunction with the fire department, is there was times we sat at this meeting the night of and was adding that to our bills to be paid. With that, which I think was wrong. With that said, we should have protected ourselves at that time in saying that if we don't have it X amount of days ahead of time, that it gets held to the next meeting. With that said, we also owe and need to pay that bill to them for what they do for us. That's why my recommendation at that special meeting was to accept the contract as it was written and move forward. But I understand what they're saying as far as the the lawyer, but you have to have some freedom to make those decisions as president. And that's
There
my opinion.
has to be oversight, especially when presented with contracts that have a nuclear option to cut us off by an X date.
So I think it's handled. I think we listened to what was brought up and we move forward. and better handle it in the future. If,
Yes.
that's all we do, that's life, life's short. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. Any further discussion on the executive session?
Nope.
Okay.
I do have one, I'd like to make a, motion on this agenda though, that, there's something missing off of it.
Oh, sure.
And I'd like to add it.
What
that
did we miss?
The herb inspection, the permitting was tabled for the fire department, and I don't see it on here for any discussion.
Correct, we have not received
So-
anything.
And that can be discussed when we get their
So,
inspection. 'cause
I
that
just
would
want it to be on there.
No, it would be an action,
So we
open
can talk
action item,
about
but
it.
yes, at that time it could be discussed.
Is there a second to add the tabling without permits presented? It was taken off due to the fact that nothing has been turned into the borough for review. It's still tabled. It's on the official minutes from last meeting.
So I'll second to bring it back on to discuss it because I wasn't here last meeting.
Okay, all in favor?
I think it's an open item anyway, so I say yes.
It's open.
Okay,
It's already on the record in the book.
all right. Let the current meeting minutes reflect that under the herb inspections subject to re-add the tabling of the Austin Volunteer Fire Department demolition permit. Is there anything else that needs to be added to the minutes before we go further? Okay, seeing none, minutes for approval, please. I'm going to put my windows on.
Are there minutes from the meeting?
Yes, did you not receive them, Jesse?
Right
I
there.
didn't even look and I just got the,
They're there, you
Right
just
there.
passed them, yep.
okay. Well, I apologize for that.
Yes, that still looks okay. For clarification, Mrs. Lightly was just asking if we were still recording, so.
It's March 10th.
I do
It
have a
doesn't
request.
show the special
We
meeting
used to
number.
Oh,
get
this
these, I
special
think,
meeting?
maybe
Oh, I
not.
don't see that.
Would we be able to
But
get these
maybe we
emailed to
wouldn't
us
have
ahead of
special
time?
meeting numbers. I don't
These
know.
have not been emailed to us so long as I've been on the council, which is 3
I
years
know, I think
now.
it was like a long time, like, I'm saying a long time ago, like maybe when Daleen was the secretary still, I didn't know if that's something that you would,
I was on council and I never got them.
am I,
At the meeting.
is that a fever dream? guys?
The volunteer
Is that a
fire
what? No, we
department
used to.
sends their
What?
meeting minutes
They do.
ahead of time.
They do.
Yes.
Did we used to get the minutes from Daleen ahead of time? Or am I just thinking, am I getting my things mixed up?
That's
Okay.
been a long time ago, I don't.
Regardless, would we be able to get these emailed ahead of time so we could review them before?
I would have to look into that and get back to you on it.
Okay.
Historically, that's not something in an uncontrolled email environment. Commissioners get theirs emailed ahead of time, but those are unapproved minutes, and
Correct.
it's strictly on their server. We all have separate emails outside of the server, so let me look into that and get back to you.
Okay.
Would that be all right?
Yeah, no, that was just a
Okay.
question I had.
No.
Because it would quicken this process up a little bit.
Isn't that the truth? Okay.
So I'm looking for a motion for the special meeting. We are just stating here on record that it was approved at that meeting. Is that all our motion's for?
No.
'Cause I don't see any, I mean, and maybe there wouldn't be with a special meeting, but I don't see any notes relevant to it.
There was not, and you are correct. It does need to be documented that a special meeting was called virtually.
You know, as far as date and time.
Yep, absolutely. So that would need to be added. Oh, that is a good point. I kind of did roll call by introducing everyone, but
Okay.
Rhonda,
I thought roll call too, but then I, in my own mind, did, as Tom
Yeah.
did, is we did roll call, because we introduced we're all here today, so I think that works for us. That's kind of what I came to the conclusion.
okay. I kind of glazed over it because I saw her checking names as I was introducing. Do we need to? Does anyone feel?
No.
Okay. Can I have a motion to accept the prior roll call as introduction?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Back to minutes.
I'm more than willing to make the motion for the special meeting, but I want the date, time, and that it was properly advertised. And again, what happens in that meeting is just what it was, a private meeting, but, I think stating the fact that, we passed and, agreed with the, contract takes care of that discussion. So do we know the date and time of that? I mean, it was,
March 30th, the meeting started at 6:04 PM, concluded at 6:33 PM.
okay.
Roll call, Matt, Jennifer Lightly, Jennifer Dean Minman, Tom Hurd, and then Scott Howard, Amanda Crumrine, and Mayor Jim Setzer were not present. Discussion was held regarding the contract presented to the
Was
council
you there?
Yes.
for gas fuel purchases from the Austin Volunteer Fire Department.
And I myself was there as
So
well.
30.
And here doesn't name us.
6:30s.
Okay, so I make that motion
I'll
for the
second.
special meeting.
All in favor?
Aye. Opposed?
I'm abstaining because I wasn't
Abstain.
there.
Okay, thank you. Motion carries. That will need to be added to the official minutes as an
Yeah.
addenda.
I have a separate paper, but I just.
Okay.
You seconded.
Jen?
Jen Lightly.
Yeah, sorry.
Is there any motion to accept? With the changed addenda, Jen, with a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Matt, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Abstain?
Abstain.
Objections? Motion carries. Treasurer's report. Quite the treasurer's report this time. Keepers. Okay.
President, we wanna mention just some of the money that's in a few accounts to the public so that they understand that, because I mean, we can do it here, but they truly don't see a picture of that or hear of it. I mean,
Right.
I don't know if it's a general fund or just a couple numbers that we should
I mean,
openly share, right? That's up to you, I'm just,
if there is an acceptance, general acceptance of the treasurer's report after the motion, I'm happy to share those numbers.
Okay.
However, we cannot share unapproved report numbers.
fair enough.
Motion approved.
Amanda, second?
Second.
Jen, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Abstain? Okay. The treasurer's report dated March 31st, 2026 shows that our general fund had a total disbursement of $23,466. The ending balance as of March 31st, 2026 is $1,176. $66.81. That is our general fund for the borough. We do have a water fund and a sewer fund. These monies are not to be touched, except for water-related issues, sewer-related issues. They are bound by USDA regulations and the Commonwealth. The ending balance for the water fund as of March 31st is $9,806.81. The ending balance for the sewer fund is $10,284.66. Why is this important? It is incredibly important for a few reasons. I'm very big on transparency, so give me a moment to figure out how to word this correctly. The borough has taken a number of steps to institute penalties, greater penalties for those who do not pay water and sewer. Our hands are tied when it comes to taxes. But it shows that we are the town that never dies. We refuse to die. We are poor. There is no two ways about it. We are poor, but we are still surviving. DCED has been generous in that they review our audits every year. We have passed every audit every year, which is why we were afforded the $500,000 grant this year. We are still waiting to hear on others. These financials demonstrate, though, the importance of paying taxes. We are not fortunate enough to be eligible for as many grants as a nonprofit or a private individual. We are small town America to a T. We are a microcosm right now of many places in the United States. So yes, please continue to pay your bills. We still owe on our sewer plant. We still have to test our water even though it is fed into a reservoir, which, by the way, thanks to the rain, doing very well. And this money does directly fund wages. It funds the cold patch, which we'll get into later in this meeting. It funds different things in the borough that we're working to improve. At the end of the day, grants are changing and we can no longer apply all the time for 100% funded grants. They require a 10 to 30 to 50% match of funds, which means Austin is going to fall behind. We do not have the funding of State College, of even Coudersport. It is imperative we continue to survive. So, moving on, we have the bills to be paid. Does anyone have any questions?
I do. So the fuel for the fire department, is that for 1 month or is that what we still owe?
That is for 1 month. We are 100% caught up.
Okay, so this is current.
This is current.
Due
I
by
have a
the,
question regarding that amount.
Let me see where it is. I don't, there, $580.57.
Oh, I was looking at, I may have been looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the 844. Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
It's the back page, right?
Yes.
Yes.
the other question I have is the solicitor, was that for the contract situation?
No,
So we haven't gotten that bill yet.
no.
Okay.
This
This was for,
cannot comment on current litigation.
this is still, that's still
Mhm.
ongoing, okay,
Indeed.
gotcha. Alright.
moving on. Any other questions regarding this? Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Amanda. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Jen. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Thank you. Borough maintenance report. I apologize that none of our maintenance guys are here. I do know there is an ongoing issue on Harvey Street with the sewage, I believe, that they have been working on a few hours.
It's hard to go up there.
Yeah, it's Hope House's area and
Gotcha.
Jim Distel's house. I assume that's why he wanted to speak here,
I
but
think the issue's been resolved.
okay. It's been a long couple of days
No,
for
just
them. Yep, no, hey, they're your guys.
It's holiday weekend, so as per the usual.
Yeah.
Did we get cold patch?
No, and so that's okay. Let me address everyone with that because we've all, I think, gotten numerous questions about the cold patch. Cold patch is only effective when we are above freezing. Otherwise, we have to go through the process of thawing it with a blowtorch or a means of heat and then putting it in the ground, and then there's a chance, because it doesn't evaporate because it's not warm enough, that it doesn't stay, and then we're stuck with the same old inner tube floating potholes that we have now. The good news is, I think this week we are past it. Matt, are you able to pick up cold patch on Thursday or Friday this week?
Yep, if it's available, I'll pick it up.
There you go. Thursday or Friday this week, cold patch is ordered, and we will be delivering due to the warmth coming into the area. For the record, Matt is picking up the cold patch because he's picking up cold patch for others, so he's cutting the borough a deal. I do have to disclose that it is under $500. What is your delivery fee?
It's $70.
$70. So, Matt also did deliver the cold patch last year for us. So,
So what's the total cost on it then?
Rhonda,
And are we taking a vote on that?
we actually already took the vote. We had two different quotes, and we took the lower price at the last meeting.
It's
Oh,
one-
here.
It's $140 a ton. Plus delivery.
Who's that through?
Paul Baker.
Hall Baker?
Yeah, and I think we had a quote from Delula's last meeting.
It was,
It was
I
what,
don't
two hundred
remember.
and forty delivery.
Right,
Fee,
but
yeah.
there, I didn't never remember no vote on it.
So,
At the very last meeting?
Yeah, the very last meeting. It was discussed in the infrastructure committee section.
When we do receive this cold patch,
Yes,
how long is it gonna take for them to start moving on the roads?
when it gets here. As long as we don't have any other sewage or water leaks, those are always priority. Immediate danger of life and health comes before, I know. It's,
They're
yes.
getting out of hand.
And we agree. So to that, I will divulge prior to the infrastructure meeting that on Thursday, we have, through Penn Bids, we have several bids that have been started. We actually have an engineer coming here on Thursday to walk the roads and see the problems so he can submit an accurate and effective RFP for us. So we are moving forward with that as expeditiously as possible.
are you satisfied, or do you still want the motion? You wanna make
I
a
think
motion?
I think we're spending money, we need to have
I
at
don't-
least a motion on.
I don't see
I'm
it
not being,
last month's.
No,
It
no,
doesn't mean
I'm
that-
just,
I'm
make,
being-
make the motion that.
I'm just being sensible, but I think we shouldn't be spending, how much money are we talking? What's the total? And I'm not saying anything bad about it, I just think it should be
How much per ton from,
a motion and a council vote to spend the money. I mean,
understood, how much money, do we know what they charge per ton over there?
it's 140 at both places.
Okay,
Delulu's wanted $275 to deliver.
right, okay.
And I said I would deliver it
Correct.
for fuel money, cause I get it for other people also.
Sure.
I was gonna get the Borough 10 ton.
Okay, so then we're gonna get how many tons?
10.
It's not.
All right, so we have 10 times
140.
140, so $1,400
Plus 70.
plus 70 for the delivery, give or take. So
1470.
I'll make a motion that we purchase the coal patch at roughly $1,470, give or take from there based on loading for the town. So you have a motion on the table.
Alright, I'll second that.
Thank
Have a
you,
second.
Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Opposed?
opposed? Okay, motion carries.
I have it on this maintenance report.
Sure.
There's a water leak up at Mike Fowler's house. The guy's turned the water off, and he's gonna have it fixed privately. So-
Oh.
So the water is off.
Okay.
That was over the holiday weekend.
That may be one of the water leaks at 3 residences. We
Could be.
typically
I
do
don't
not
know.
disclose which residences under public utility law.
Well,
Yeah, kind of like when we do water shutoffs, we don't disclose that publicly.
gotcha.
If Kurt was here, I'd ask him, but
Right.
I can ask him after the meeting.
Okay, we're looking for a motion for the March
We
maintenance. Okay, I make a motion, we accept the March maintenance report.
Thank you,
with a-
Jesse.
With an emphasis
Yes,
on getting the
Cold patch.
roads and cold patch implemented as soon as possible.
okay, I have a motion, a
I'll
second.
second.
Thank you, Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Correspondence. We have a tax abatement request from Greg Garzel. I'm sure many of you know Mr. Garzel. His status has been confirmed by birthday. Can I have a motion to accept his tax abatement request?
Motion.
Thank you, Amanda. Second? Thank you, John.
Now,
All in favor?
a question, is that for
Yep.
current year?
Mhm. Yeah.
So he's the age now?
Yes.
I knew it was coming, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Thank you. Motion carries. There is another McWapec dinner coming up. It is being hosted by Lewis Run. It's actually being hosted in Bradford. Let me pull up my calendar really quick. We have to RSVP by the 15th, and it is on the 23rd of April. Would any of the council like to go? Pull up the McWapec for anyone who wants to. McWapec, April, here we go. You will go? Okay, anyone else, or need to get back to me?
I'll get back to you.
It's 2 days before prom.
Yeah, I get it. It's $25 a person. Wendy Nickerson, who is, if you've attended PSAB trainings online, she's typically the person who speaks. She's coming out from Harrisburg, Hershey area. There is also Senator Dush's grant seminar coming up. It's very similar to Marty Kazer's. In fact, almost identical information, but we do have to give, there it is. We do have to give an RSVP. The event dates are, they have 2 dates for this, and I gotta blow this up, I apologize. Registration deadline is April 17th, and it will be Tuesday, April 28th, and Wednesday, April 29th. And it will be, I believe I sent this to all of you, and Rhonda sent it to the ones who didn't have it. Port Allegheny is Tuesday the 28th at 9 a.m. And then there's also one Tuesday the 28th at 5 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus in Ridgeway. Scott, I know daytimes are hard for you, so the 5 p.m. might be more conducive in Ridgeway.
Already right there almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
20 if I want to stay home.
No, I don't blame you.
If anyone would like to attend, kindly let me know. I'll get you registered and which one you'd like to go to. There's also one in Lock Haven and State College, but I don't know anyone who wants to drive that far unless you're already there. Yeah, exactly. So just let me know. And then we have open to the public. Mr. Distel had asked to speak, but I do not see him present. So I will move on to the reminders regarding the yard sale and cleanup days. The townwide yard sale is going to be the 24th, 25th, and 26th of April. Now, it has been brought to our attention, and we are well aware, that is prom weekend. We would kindly ask if you insist on setting up on Town Square on Saturday the 25th, in the interest of a time-honored tradition of this town, and that you close up by 2:30 at the latest, so we can do our tradition of Town Square pictures without your tables in the background. That is the one thing we ask. You're welcome to come. Most yard sailors are early people, as I expect. You don't have to set up anything saying, hey, I'm yard sailing this day. The whole town's up for yard sale. Just set up accordingly. So that will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the weekend of prom. 24th, 25th, 26th. And then the very next weekend, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of May will be the dumpster weekend, the cleanup weekend. And that has raised in price to $20. You can purchase those loads here at Borough Hall from Rhonda. So, that is all I have for that.
I have a couple things.
Yes.
First, just for clarification, because you guys were kind of going back and forth there, you indicated that during the special meeting about the fuel contracts, that you guys did approve the contracts during that meeting.
Yes, they're
Correct.
signed.
I'm just asking because I don't know.
Yeah.
During a closed executive meeting, is that permitted to take action on anything? Or does it need to come back to your general open public meeting to actually be voted on?
No, it can be voted on for contracts and litigation and personnel
So you can
matters
actually
in
do
an
those during
executive session.
Okay.
Yes.
Any meeting I've ever been to, they've always had to bring it back to like their open public meeting.
No, because it's not required for the constituency to vote on. It's for the council to vote on and have an open discussion without the public present about sensitive subjects.
Are those minutes available to the public? From that meeting.
You can file a FOIA request and it will be reviewed accordingly.
And then just the next thing is, I know the AVFD, the fire and the EMS contracts have been previously approved. Just wanted to confirm that those checks are being issued this month.
Turn around.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, wonderful. Anyone else in the public wish to speak this evening? All right. Moving on to old business. Junior Council Program. The Junior Councilman Program, Councilperson Program is now open for application. This is open until the Monday at 3 p.m. prior to the May meeting. So May 4th at 3 p.m. is the deadline for applications. It is a hard deadline due to the fact that the council will be reviewing through May and voting accordingly and swearing in the June meeting. I've had a few questions about it through our Austin Borough email, and I've answered it. So I wanted to give the general constituency an idea of what it is and what it is not. What it is, we have 2 junior council person positions available for anyone from ages 14 to 18. You cannot have graduated high school yet. The junior council person program runs June 1st to May 31st to coincide essentially with the school year. So your senior year, you could still be here. You are expected to attend Borough Council meetings per month, typically the first Tuesday evening at 6. Occasional attendance, if you wish, at infrastructure sessions, public hearings, official county engagements, or community events. That is encouraged. It's not mandatory. You will sit with council during meetings and actively participate in discussions. We value the youth's opinion and direction for how this borough should go. You are the future. Please ask questions and engage. That is the main thing. You can also assist or observe borough initiatives and projects where appropriate. Case in point, we have an engineer coming Thursday. That would be an opportunity for a junior council person to walk the town with them, or if Herb Inspections is coming, an opportunity for them to walk with Herb Inspections while they do whatever they need to inspection wise. What the junior council person does not do, they do not vote, and they do not participate in executive or closed sessions. By participating in this program, you will gain, first of all, firsthand knowledge of how Borough Council operates. You will gain public speaking and confidence building skills, as well as the understanding of local government, budgeting, and decision making, and how it is done. You will also learn collaboration and leadership development. There is also the opportunity through the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs, who sponsors the program, to be nominated as Junior Council Person of the Year. Whoever our Junior Council people are picked, I was asked by PSAB to send a headshot and a little biography to them. They will feature you in our, I think it's quarterly Borough book or monthly Borough book magazine that we get, and you will be seen across the state. It's wonderful exposure and an opportunity to see if this is something that you want to do after college, become a political science major, or maybe later in life. You can say, hey, I did this. It's wonderful experience. Junior council people under our program can serve up to 2 terms. And we structured it that way to give more students the opportunity to participate. We understand Austin is small, but we want to ensure all borough residing students who want to participate are able to do so. Unfortunately, this program is not open to non-borough residents or non-borough youth. We would hope that our townships would engage with PSAT, our other association, the Pennsylvania State Association of Townships, to also create their junior programs as well. This is our way of engaging the youth and welcoming you into Borough. So applications are available on the Borough website. They have been emailed to the school, and they can also be printed here and picked up at Borough Hall.
Clarification question.
Mm-hmm.
You said seniors. A lot of them will turn 18 during their
They
senior
can
year.
still
So
participate.
as long as they're 17 when they're okay.
As long as they have not graduated high school.
Correct.
That's why we did it that way, because a lot of seniors are 18 or, you know,
Okay.
they turn 19 in the middle of their year.
Right.
Yeah. It's basically open freshmen to seniors.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Perfect.
yep.
Is there anything else with the junior council person at this time?
Nope, at this time, we are just
Okay.
accepting applications for up to 2.
Yep, I got that. Okay, if I may, I would like to go back to the open to the public
Sure.
scenario at this time, because we want transparency. We want to talk about spending money. Kathy has just asked about the checks relevant to the fire department. I would like to announce that those checks, by the sounds of it, are going to be delivered for the volunteer fire department. That check is going to be for $4,861.51. And for the EMS, it's $607.69. Those are due in April end as well in October, so we pay that twice a year. And I just wanted to get that number be known for the public.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you. All right. Anything else under old business? New business? Love that. Mayor.
Well, I don't wanna do anything until I get the ordinance.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not gonna pressure nobody until I get some ordinance.
Sounds good.
Other than that, I have nothing.
Okay. Herb inspections.
Do we have any update on ordinances of any of yet, or?
They are currently being reviewed by 2 of the lawyers, and we should have an update at the next meeting.
Okay.
So it's not just our solicitor working on it, it's also one of the partners.
How long have they had our ordinance?
So, I'd have to go back and get that date, honestly. So,
Okay.
okay.
There's a lot to it though.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent a lot of time here going through those books.
Well, if you got 2 lawyers working on it, you'd think they'd make a little progress. wouldn't
They
you?
probably have other things to do.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of, ours is probably low priority.
But the facts are that once it comes out of there, we feel we'll have necessary backing
Yes.
for the borough, which we have lacked for a while. So this time, even though it's slow, we might make better progress once we get them in place.
All right, thank you.
Herb inspections. We asked to have the tabling of the Austin Volunteer Fire Department permits put on. We have not received anything. Is there any update, Chairman?
We have a letter from the planning commission,
Okay.
from Director Will Hunt.
Yes.
Do you wanna read it or can I read it?
You can read it. Stand up. Unfortunately, so with anything brand new, there's always glitches. The only working microphone is right here past this. If you could just project. No, I'm not gonna make him stand up.
To whom it may concern, the Austin Volunteer Fire Department is proposing the demolition of a structure located at 17 Goodyear Street in Austin, Pennsylvania. Upon review of the project, the Potter County Planning Office has determined that the demolition of an existing structure does not fall under the requirements of the subdivision and land development ordinances. However, should a new structure be proposed for the site, a land development plan will be required and reviewed in accordance with all applicable ordinances. It is noted that the property is located within a designated floodplain as identified by the Pennsylvania Flood Risk Tool available at the PA County website. At this time, the planning office is not aware of any permits specifically required for the demolition of a structure within the floodplain. That said, any activities associated with the floodplain will be subject to and regulated by the borough's floodplain ordinance under the guidance of the borough's floodplain manager. The borough should ensure the proper decommissioning of sewer and water services as well as a coordination and compliance with an associated or sequential utility considerations either as a permit or temporary disconnection. Sincerely, Will Hunt.
Okay. Can you submit a copy or have Rhonda copy that letter?
It's right. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have a copy.
I cannot. I'd have to pull the ordinance. I don't have it memorized, the current floodplain ordinance, but I can absolutely pull it and get back to you if that'd be okay. I don't know if you have to get additional information because of the hazmat that was done in that building or not. Because they did have powder coating, I believe.
Powder metal.
What?
Powder metal.
Oh,
That's all being taken care of through DEP.
and DEP already blessed the demolition?
No, DEP will not DEP will not supply anything as far, that's up to Herb to give the permit. We are registered with DEP now, so we have to follow all DEP regulations, which means any inspection they want us to have done, this and that. So everything goes through them before we can touch anything.
Okay, and what did
What-
DEP
and
say
I do want
about
to be clear that there are no permits through
Right.
DEP for this
DEP
project.
said the same thing. There are no permits. There's
Okay.
nothing to get from them to
Is there
move
something,
forward with
is
that.
there something
It's-
relevant to that in writing for us as well?
Or could
From
you get
DEP.
that?
I have the other guy's name. I can get that and have it sent to the borough.
Yeah, if
or
he
whatever,
could
because
Daily.
If he could kindly send the borough email an email, just so we have something on record saying that they're blessing this.
right. Yeah, because we're registered with them. We have to follow whatever
Absolutely.
they do. So
Our biggest concern is the fact, obviously, you have the unnamed tributary as well as the west branch of Freeman Run that directly
right.
goes
And that's
into
the other
Freeman
thing.
Run.
And
So
That's the other thing. Conservation doesn't offer any permits either. So
I wasn't sure. Sometimes I
Yeah,
don't.
Just need herb involved.
right.
and
They
that's it,
do
just
not
like your
write any
house or
permits
whatever.
that come from
Okay.
Willen County. Even so
when,
it's
when this first came, I have personally thought that the tear down is acceptable. Where they're gonna get into
Right.
the floodplain is when they go to rebuild.
right.
Correct.
What I would like to know, how quick you were able to get something out of the Will Hunt and the planning committee over there, whatever source you have, please pass it along. That was well done.
Will's
And I
actually
can
very
only imagine how
responsive.
that come about, but very good job there.
Yeah.
He
But
was-
I do agree at this point, if we get something from DEP, we
Yeah.
allow them to take the building down.
So are you
I-
making that a motion?
Yeah, I mean, we can get it from
I-
them saying that we're following all their recommendations.
Absolutely.
That's what we're
I
doing.
guess
But
my
that's-
question is why we were blocking a demolition permit. Like, we're not gonna take the permits anyhow from DEP or whatever. That would be all handled through Herb. Like, Herb would be responsible. If we hand it off to them and say, yeah, Herb, we're blessing this, whatever, you can do whatever, why
I
does
think
that come back
we're-
in the
There-
borough?
Because at the last meeting, the letter from Herb specifically said
It
the
stated
onus
that.
fell on us as the
Yeah,
borough.
oh, okay, so they
That's
were
how
like,
that
Yeah.
came
gotcha,
about.
gotcha,
She-
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
The president basically read verbatim what was written to
Yeah,
us.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
On
that's
their,
why I was
on their
See, I
approval
missed one
for
meeting.
the
Yeah.
demolition.
Well,
Yeah.
going forward though,
Yeah.
on that,
Because I was okay with it
on
until I
that,
read
just to
that.
explain,
Yeah.
Herb uses a blanket letter.
Statement. Yeah.
So all that stuff at the bottom, most of that pertains to when you're building, not during demolition.
Yeah, it's a dual purpose
It's
letter.
it's a dual purpose letter.
It
That's
is a
why they
legal
say that, but
boilerplate,
it's-
yes.
right.
However,
I found
due
that.
to the fact that there was the metal in there, and
Right.
you are between two streams essentially that feed into a Class A trout stream, that's where
And that's
my
fine. I
question
mean,
came from.
we went and got the information.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
agree with Jesse.
if
went
there's,
through all our resources that we could. So that was
I mean, I agree with Jesse in that I would like to see something from DEP blessing it, but I can't make a motion.
Yeah, we're taking the word, which I have no reason not to ever believe anything they tell us. But I would like to see something formally from DEP stating, because obviously Herb at this time gives the verbatim or whatever, how you want
Yeah.
to say it,
The boilerplate.
saying here, so then it comes back to us as always. I think the fact that you questioned it initially was proper. They went the extra
Yeah.
step. That's all you can ask out of anybody.
Yeah.
If DEP's involved, then I think that should put the Austin Borough. We have our county commissioner or planning commissions
Yes.
online. I think that's a good plus for us as a
I
town
agree.
to let them move forward with their plans. That's my
I
opinion.
agree.
That
so
is my
long
motion.
as there's a DEP letter.
Pending the submission of a letter from them.
I'll have to talk to them.
And it might be tough getting, but I think that's
No.
what we need.
No.
Okay, no, I'm just, so
I
that's
have-
my
So we
motion.
have a,
I have a
So-
number for the assistant director.
Jesse made it.
for a clarification, Jesse made a motion to approve the demolition pending receipt of positive confirmation from Pennsylvania DEP. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain.
I'll abstain
And then-
out of it.
And then please just
Thank you.
give that
I'm-
copy to
Yeah, I already gave.
No, just,
And
yeah,
I do
just
have
have that, and
to-
I think we're good to go. I want you to
I
move
messaged
forward.
Terry
I really
Kunkel,
do.
because she
Yeah,
told
the
me
big
that
thing is,
thing,
like you said,
there's a
is when you start to
form,
construct,
when I'm
that's
abstaining,
That's when it's
there's a
gonna
form
come,
that's
get tough,
supposed to be being
but getting
filled
it
out
down,
for
get
it.
it down.
And she said you can contact her.
Okay.
So
She-
you get the
I
document,
emailed her
you
for
can
it,
move
she
on.
didn't ever get it to me, so I don't know.
Soon as
Okay.
you get the
But
document.
that.
it just
Yeah.
needs to,
Be on
Yeah,
the
we'd like
record.
to request
Yeah.
as soon as
she,
we can.
And
she said it's
you're
supposed to be
gonna do
being done,
demolition
and it
quick
just
as
needs to
possible.
state
Well, it's-
what
it's
the
like
discussion
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Okay.
why I'm abstaining from it,
Okay.
and then signed off. It's protections for here plus
Yes,
myself
absolutely.
and whatever, so.
Okay, yeah, it's a conflict of interest for him.
So if you
Okay.
reach out to her and
Yep.
ask her for it, if I do get it, I'll send it.
Thank you. Yep, I will. Okay, fire department
What?
report. Oh, sorry.
One more on herb inspection.
Yes.
I'm just, and I figured I'd put it in here.
Sorry.
I guess I could have put it in old business or new business.
Hmm.
I am just a little bit concerned that we had a business open in town, and not just any ordinary business, of all, a gambling business, and we never, did we get permits or anything from herb or anything to renovate? Did we get all the permits that we need to even be operating as gambling? Is it against any of our ordinances?
We do not have
Is
any,
it-
we do not have any gambling ordinances. That I did go through, and I did consult with the solicitor on behalf of the borough to see what our options were, because we are so small, we do not even have zoning areas. Ergo, we don't have the ordinances to enforce that. So gambling is permitted in the borough, as you well know. Those skill games are also available at Perry's. I did not receive anything from Herb. Did you
No.
hear anything from them?
I was questioning the same thing, and there was nothing structural. It was
Right.
just a remodel. There
I'm
was
even
no-
more concerned though, do they have all the permitting they need to be operating that business? That's, I
Skill
guess, my
games
concern.
right
There
now
is none
are
required.
not
There is none?
regulated by the Department of Gaming. There
I
is
just
a
wanted to bring it up.
House bill on the floor being debated, and I, for one, hope it goes through.
It was brought up at that meeting we went to in Port Allegheny.
Yeah,
remember?
the
And
McWapac
that's how we
meeting.
know
Yeah,
we're not just going out, and guessing, but it was brought up there
Yeah.
also. And they said that there's really nothing that you can do, or they bring up like generate some funding from it or
Yeah.
whatever, but you can't.
however, they will be required to obtain a business license as of June 1st.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting
Yeah.
at. Do
Yeah.
we have them doing that? Do we have them
Those
having
don't
their
We
go
don't have
into
anybody
effect
yet,
yet.
but everybody will.
Yeah.
Did we send sort of notice out to our businesses to let them know that's coming up?
That's coming, right?
Okay.
Can we elaborate on that? What do you mean
That
by
was a couple meetings. I was here for that one.
That was
Well,
in
I
December.
wasn't, and what
December or
I,
January?
what I wanted to know was that put up for public notice when we instituted the fee for
I
that?
don't think it was ever
It wasn't
put
put
up
up
ahead
for
of
like
time
a
for
30-day
public
notice or anything. It was just, it was brought to the,
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it probably should have been, but.
Yeah, because I mean,
Or it should definitely be now, 30 days.
well, we're already implementing it, because I heard that at my first meeting back,
Yeah,
and I will
That
pay, this wasn't about preventing me from paying, because I know that included me, but at the same time, I think something like that is supposed to be,
it includes several of us at this table.
to be put out
Yeah.
for public notice.
It was passed in 2025 at the December meeting.
I mean, a
26?
showing or a,
26.
what's the word I'm
it's
looking
like a
January.
fee schedule, so is it,
Well,
you
no,
have to
I
give
think
like a,
you need to put it out for public response that you're adding a tax fee to the people.
just like you would the budget and stuff, like
believe
that's.
Yeah.
It's not a tax,
It
it's
was in the
actually
paper, I
a
believe,
license.
wasn't it, Kathy?
Okay,
to
that's fine.
operate.
Again,
Yeah.
we're not allowed to,
I
but
don't know.
I,
Yeah.
I don't.
That's what I think that's what he's
okay.
asking.
Right.
Okay,
Sure.
I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
No. I think that's what he's asking. Though is like the ordinance says they'll have to go out for like a public viewing
Yes.
for
Correct.
30, where they can
For
come
30
back and
days.
say, no,
period, so they
before
have
we
an
can
opportunity
approve
to
them.
look at it and review and get public input on it. That's all. But maybe it's not, so what, it is what it is.
I
Okay.
misunderstood.
Yep, that's
your
fine.
question. I'm sorry.
under Herb?
He was supposed to come today,
Yeah.
and he messaged me at 5 o'clock, called off sick, so he did not make it today.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, it's fine.
Yeah,
I told him,
that's exactly.
earlier the better, but he wanted to let me know early so that he was
Okay.
not coming today. So he was supposed to come today, but
Okay.
we're gonna reschedule tomorrow for next week.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Herb will be out next week. All right. Thank you. Fire department report.
There were 17 EMS calls last month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything for fire. We're still trying to figure out our system out there for tracking logging. So.
Understood. Committees? Ma'am? Yeah, I know. Get your windows on.
This is attached, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not attached.
There were real no changes, that we didn't have anything
Yeah.
really
Okay.
new, but I do have a few motions. We had discussed before that there are 2 streets in Austin. All of our borough roads are 15 miles an hour except for 2 streets, Turner Street and Summit Street. And in our infrastructure, we discussed making them all 15.
What are the current speed limits on?
25.
I make a motion. We
Yeah,
drop
I'm
all
like,
15.
they're the only 2. Summit definitely shouldn't be. Turner, I know it's a straight stretch, but it's still,
There's
all of
kids.
our borough roads should be, to me, 15 miles per hour.
So
So-
Amanda made a motion. Second?
I'd like to second your motion.
Okay. There is a motion and a second to lower Turner and Summit Street to reflect the 15 mile per hour that is throughout the rest of the borough. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries unanimously.
I don't see somebody doing more than 15 down that road, but
Oh, I've yelled at
It's
plenty.
amazing
You
though
aren't
how
gonna be
fast they go
Yeah.
down here.
Okay.
No, another, we have new residents on Turner Street. The little boy there is visually impaired on Turner, so I had reached out to Kurt about what signage and stuff they have. He said he believed they had some vision impaired signs, and I know we still have them on Summit Street, and I don't believe they're needed up there.
Correct.
So I didn't know if they even, I put a message out to Normie today and didn't hear back from him as to, because Kurt thought we had some extra ones, but if we don't, can we take them from Summit and move them to Turner for this young man?
I don't see
Well, I
why
would
not.
think if there's not the need up there now.
No,
Yeah.
I checked into that. They're definitely not needed.
yeah.
And I tried to find something on how far away they needed to be, how high. I'm hoping the guys might have a better, I couldn't find anything. I think each municipalities can have their own.
We can
Rules
go
on
off
that.
PennDOT standard and
And
reach
I
out
was
to
kind
Darren.
of looking on
Yeah.
PennDOT, but if we could take, if they do not have extra signs in the shed, take them from Summit or even just remove Summits.
Well, if we don't
And-
need them, we remove them.
So is
Yeah,
that your
it's-
motion, John?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to remove them from Summit and then either put those here on Turner Street for the little boy or to put the new signage that the guys may have.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Amanda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. You said you have 3?
Well, the others later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
else then
So I'm
for
good.
infrastructure?
no, we really haven't had, we're still waiting on ordinances and all, so there's nothing new to report right now.
Go to the order, informational.
I have a question that I have no where to put
Sure.
anywhere else. So the streetlights in town,
Mhm.
I think Scott used to take a head on that. But the one outside of our house has been out for like, I don't know, a couple months. And yeah, we can just go get the, which I told him multiple times, to go get the pole number and call it in. But I noticed there's a bunch of other ones around town too. So do we have somebody, like, are the guys doing that? or-
They're out for replacement,
Mr.
aren't they?
Mr. Hurd has turned in quite a few of them, and at the last meeting, We received a notice from West Penn Power that they're continuing to replace streetlights with LED lights for longer length. And if you want to see how bright that is, just wait till dark and come up Turner Street because it's in all of our bedrooms.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, it's terrible in the morning when I'm trying to go out.
It would be a good time to explain to the public the way they themselves can have that reported or given it to the office here so that they can, isn't each pole has its, a number on it is what my understanding of
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
It's
So
a
that
round
pole
tag.
tells them a location, it can be called in here to the office, or you can call them direct.
Yeah.
So
Or
that
you
that
can
gets
report
taken.
it actually on West Penn Power's First Energy's
Yeah,
website.
just
Yep.
so that the
Ooh,
public knows
okay.
that's how that comes about.
Yes,
Good
so
idea.
that can
I
all
like
be
it.
done
I like phone
online
calls.
through First Energy's website or calling them direct, or you can give it to us. Honestly, your best bet is if you see it, report it.
I don't want to take phone calls, so that's why. But if I can do it on the web, I'll do that.
There you go. All right, go to the order informational. There is a request to move the June meeting to June 9, a week later due to the PSAB conference. That I'll be in attendance to and can bring back lots of information about what PSAB is going to be, their new initiatives, including the unanimously approved McWaPec resolution that we hope to send to the General Assembly to become law.
June 9th, that's a Tuesday, correct?
Yeah, it's just a week later.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
just a
week
week
later.
later, yeah,
That's,
but I can't make that motion.
Yeah, I'll
To
make that motion because, yeah,
I'll
that week's
second.
crazy work.
Thank you, Amanda, thank you, Tom, all in favor?
Aye.
So June's meeting will be June 9th at 6 p.m. now instead of the previous, and at that meeting, we hope to not only swear in our junior council persons that we have decided, but also we'll have an update on all the RFPs as they are due for the roads May 31st. So that's some good news. Yes, and there are many RFPs in progress on Penn bids, so I'm really encouraged by it.
And you'll bring back swag from the conference.
Hmm?
You'll bring back swag from the conference.
I don't know if they give swag, honestly. Look, I'll get you a pen. Will it make you feel better? Okay, will you make your motion?
Motion adjourned.
Thank you, Amanda. Second?
second.
Thank you, Jen. All in favor?
Aye.
Next meeting will be May 5th, 2026, in office at 21 Turner Street or online at YouTube. You can watch the replay once YouTube uploads it to the platform. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Them, trumpet blinds.
Oh,
yours taken
Alyssa's
off
here.
up
She
there?
can help also. Hold on, guys. We're still
It'll start
recording.
looking
Give it
like-
1
It
second.
takes a little bit to buffer and get up there.
Yeah, it
No, they don't
does.
dead for a while. No, they're a little bit later.
Huh?
Don't be afraid. Don't think they're dead. Yeah, leave them no grain enough.
What's that?
You guys?